Charles Littleleaf has traveled a winding path on his artistic and personal journey. Born on the Warm Springs Indian Reservation, he vividly recalls a mysterious sound that caused him to venture into nature at the age of 4.
And I ran down the grass, the trail, as fast as I can toward the cottonwood trees. And went through those bushes to where that noise was. And I stopped in my tracks because what I seen was so beautiful, it was beyond my comprehension at that time. And what it was the river. And I seen beautiful rocks that were in the water. There were reds, yellows, greens, even blues. And it was like jewels. These little simple rocks in the water were like jewels to me. And the beautiful water and the blue sky. And from that day on the reservation, my life was planned. I was a bear cub. And I was going to go and see whatever there was to see and do whatever there was to do.
This adventurous spirit later led him away from the reservation to a new way of life in Portland.
I went to the library and studied all the engineering aspects of surveying and blueprints. And when I got that all down, then I went to this company and I got hired there to do all of their railroad work.
The stress of his city existence caused him to develop a problem with alcohol. He turned to a Native American rehab center.
They showed me a lot of things that I forgot, like my heritage and culture, traditions, a lot of the important things. And I thank Nora for my life, because if it was not for them, I'd probably be back in the old burial ground in Warm Springs.
A casual trip to a record store became another turning point.
I was looking around at all these different kinds of music, and I just couldn't figure out which one I wanted to listen to. And I was coming through there, oh, there's one here. This guy is dressed up in a traditional outfit, or Carlos Nakai. So I bought that. I put it in my Walkman, and all of a sudden, bam, my whole world changed. His music brought tears to my eyes at first, and I knew that there was something happening there to me. I was like a flower that was closed for so long, and I just opened up.
The source of his inspiration, Native American flute player R. Carlos Nakai, heard this story and sent Charles a parcel.
I had to hold that little package for a long time because I wasn't sure what was in it. And I knew RC had to do with flutes, so I thought maybe it might be one of his flutes. Finally, when I was able to regain my composure, I opened it up, and it was a flute that RC sent to me. So I looked at it for a long time, and I started to play. I was able to open up and express my innermost feelings with a flute, Native American flute. So I took off my hard hat, my miserable hard hat I wore for a long time, that used to always pull my hair out every time I put it on or take it off. And then I put on my old Indian cap, my cowboy hat with a feather in it. And that Indian hat felt much more comfortable.
He went on to record his music. His most recent CD is titled Ancient Reflections. Recently, he discovered that simply playing the flute was not enough.
I had a dream about making a flute one night, and when I woke up, I was just going around every day with that in my mind. There's a flute in my mind that must be made.
He now custom crafts ancient vision flutes for customers around the world.
It takes a long time to work on these feathers. And some people say it's hard, but it's not really hard. It just takes a little bit longer. The reason I like working with eagles is because they are a very special bird to the Indian people and people all over the world. And every feather has its own importance. Each and every feather is special on the eagle. The bore inside is a 1-inch bore, and this particular key for this one is a low D. It works. It's going to be a good one. It's music that can talk to people in their heart and their spirit. And a lot of times, the music comes from a different place. Like I believe that Amazing Grace comes from the heavens above. And a lot of these Indian music come from the same place. And sometimes people think of it as music, but it's not really music. It is a medicine that must be used and shared with the people, because it can make a big difference in their life toward healing.